Introduction to employee share schemes. Why would a company want to adopt an employee share scheme? Each company is different, of course, but the starting point tends to be a wish to have the managers and employees thinking along the same lines as the owners. Employee share schemes provide a medium or longer-term reward that gives employees a more deeply rooted incentive than cash alone. Being a part owner can be more powerful for people than receiving a cash bonus, and it can tap into a natural human need to be part of a community. Many public companies report a huge upsurge in interest in the share price among employees at all levels of seniority when they introduce a share plan. In the current labour market, companies are competing with other employers for talented staff, and the ability to offer share incentives is not only a useful recruiting device in itself, but it can make the employer a more attractive place to work. Some companies, particularly those in their early years, have limited cash, and so it can be attractive for young companies to be able to supplement salaries with shares. Many companies design their share ownership arrangements in ways that head off competitors, even those who can offer more cash, and encourage employees to stay longer once they've joined. The UK government encourages employee share ownership, and one key way in which it does this is through tax breaks for employee share schemes, which help save money for both employers and employees. How do we decide who should participate? Most companies start off with a small number of key people, or even just one person to whom they wish to award shares. If this is the case, they choose a share scheme tailored for these key people. Other companies choose to extend share ownership more widely, in some cases to all or most employees. This can also be done if there are enough shares available. Research tends to show there are benefits from having a wider share ownership, but wider participation can make it a bigger job running the scheme. If you have a relatively high staff turnover, you might want to think carefully about involving all your staff in personal share ownership, although if it's important for them to be part owners, there are simpler schemes that avoid major administration. So we've decided we want a share scheme. How do we choose the right one for us? The type of share scheme you pick will largely depend on how your employees will acquire shares. Whether you want a share scheme for some employees only or all your employees, there are three main ways in which an employee can acquire shares. 1. The most direct route is for employees to purchase shares, but this is uncommon, mainly because employees tend not to have the funds available, but also companies often want to provide shares to be handed back if employees leave, but often do not want the hassle of buying them back from leavers. 2. A scheme where employees are given free shares avoids this funding problem. The main downside is that they will often have to pay tax on the value of the gift because it will be treated as part of their pay. There are, however, a couple of statutory share schemes that don't involve a tax bill. 3. The third alternative is to grant share options. This means you give the right to buy shares in the future, but at a fixed price. This has the advantage of deferring any tax liability and also keeping employees off the share register, sometimes until a sale of the business. How can we find out more? If you'd like to find out more about what kind of share scheme might work in your company, we have a number of additional short animated tutorials that will give you the information you need. Postlethwaite are a law firm specialising in employee share ownership. We are employee-owned ourselves, and we feel that this helps to make the company a fulfilling and engaging place to work, benefiting our own business. Get in touch!